welcome back to the channel Machine Doors, where today it's still Christmas and I've just, after opening those packs, I was thinking about who to do a video on. Now, I was thinking about a Mega Grow hero, but I didn't even notice. Mega Grow is the only class I didn't get much for. So I decided to go for a different kind of person. I was thinking Wall Knight at first with the Triceratops, as well as the Cob Cannon, as well as my recent Cornucopia. It seemed like the best shot, but then I realised something. I can play Con-Trollar Flare now, and so I went for that, because I have actually never been able to play a successful Con-Trollar Flare deck. Like, I can make a Con-Trollar Flare deck, and I can do the control part, but the only win conditions I had were Astrocardo, which sucks. I'm only keeping them around because I don't have that many legendaries, although I'm getting a decent amount now, so I'm thinking of recycling them. Grapes of Wrath, which, don't get me wrong, are an amazing win condition, but they're really the best thing in the deck. And Cornucopia, which I don't even have in this deck, because even with all the ramp, Cornucopia is still too slow. So Con-Trollar Flare was basically unplayable for me, but now I've got two legendaries that are both win conditions and control cards, as two copies of this and a copy of this. These three new legendaries actually make the deck a lot better. And I don't remember if I got these from the pack or if I saved up to craft these, but I got more Fireweeds for even better control. And also I got two Primal Sunflowers in that multi-pack. I'm not sure if really they're good or not. When I first saw them, I was very, very skeptical of them. I thought they'd be complete trash, and if I ever got one, I'd instantly recycle it. But I've seen people actually having some success with them. I do agree that they're better than vanilla sunflowers, but I just feel like they're not worth the 1,000 spark price. I probably am going to recycle them, but they have been doing better than I thought, so I might keep them around just a little bit longer before I make my decision on that. Anyway, but here comes the ultimate test. It's one in casual against a deck that was very good at countering it too. It was a Huge Giganticus deck, which relied on card draw, which is a counter to this deck, because this deck doesn't have much, and Rocket Science, which obviously kills my win conditions. And yet I still managed to win that one with 16 health remaining, and I actually managed to, by controlling away his card draw, which was a chemist and a teleportation station, and, you know, just the usual brainy stuff. By controlling away his card draw, I managed to take all of his cards away, and actually when I won, I had a 2-card advantage. He had no cards and I had 2. Oh, this is great to start with. I was about to say, this is quite a bad starting hand, probably the worst one I've had yet, but that makes this all better. Getting ramp done on turn 2 is very important. There are no 4-drops in this deck, so Solar Winds, whilst a lot more consistent, is not the one you want to get the ramp off with. It's going to be Super or thingy, Primal Sunflower, because that will get you, give you the ability to put this down on 3. This is probably going to get killed, which means that we're going to be able to put this down on turn 5. Now, I'm not sure if we want to do that. Its evolution isn't actually that important in this situation, though, so I might literally just play this dry. Usually I wouldn't do that, but really, we have enough control in this deck for this to not matter too much if we don't get the evolution. We just top deck to Berry Blast, too. So that could be another pirate, but it really doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, that kind of sucks. I never see anyone with this card, so I wasn't expecting it. I had one, but I had one for ages and I couldn't get any more, and in the end I just recycled it. But yeah, I think if I had like more of them, I'd definitely keep them. Oh wow, he's going for the ramp. Considering I don't have many cards in my hand right now, that was a really bad idea. Because if I kept ramping, it wouldn't matter, because I would just run out of cards really quickly. Sure, I have card draw in hand, but really, there isn't much card draw with Solar Flare. So, he doesn't know that I have card draw in hand, and I wasn't likely to have it. It could be Smelly Zombie, but if it is, I can't do anything about it. I think it's Pogo. He's gonna do that. He must have a barrel of barrels. Yeah. Whatever, we've got a big health advantage of it on him, and he's using a lot of his win conditions just to try and control the situation. Infinity is not a control hero despite being crazy. He's the worst hero for control in the crazy class. So he's going to try and move this out of the way, which is kind of a clever move, but again, the ramp really doesn't matter. I only played this really because I knew he'd react like that. I didn't think he'd have exactly that trick, but I thought that he'd try and do whatever he could to try and, you know, stop me from getting any ramp done, even though it doesn't actually matter at this point. Shroom for 2 might not seem like a control card, but it actually is. It's a control and tempo card, depending on the way it's used. Having 2 things in one lane prevents bonus attacks, or bouncers in this case, from messing things up. Now, he's probably going to put his line dancer in this lane. That's a good lane to put it in. He could want to try and preserve it and go a bit aggressive, but with full health, that's probably not a good idea. If he does go aggressive, that's just good for me. Oh, he's going aggressive! Okay, thanks. Go on, charge my block meter. Maybe I can block and get a nice control power to keep me ticking over until I top deck my next legendary, or maybe a Grapes of Wrath. Spam the board. Oh no, he's going to be boring and go Gravestone. Well, yeah, we'll try and protect this. Still holding that ketchup mechanic in hand just in case. Yes. That's going to give me a sunflower, which to be honest is probably going to be more useful as another thing just to block him from getting any aggro through. Really, this board is really good. Even though we've only got weak cards on it, since I've got such a good coverage of the board, he can't get to me with anything but strike through. And I think this is the only strike through card in this deck. The only other strike through cards he could have are Space Cowboy, which he probably doesn't run, because it's not an imp deck, it's a pirate deck. Well, I don't even know. I think it's just a Gravestone deck, but I haven't seen a Headstone Carver yet. Oh, that's difficult. I think it's better to hold that in hand for now. I've got enough sun to play it. Ooh, okay. Right, so we're going to get a good usage out of this, especially if he doesn't play a Gravestone here. Yeah, he didn't play anything. Well, he can't do anything scary with 7 brains. He doesn't have Bad Moon Rising or anything like that, so I'm not worried. I guess we'll do that. Could have done that earlier, but I wasn't really too sure about the situation. Probably was better to just put it right down, but who really cares? So this is 4 damage face, unless he double plumbers. Well, he's going to use all those brains just to get some 3 overshoot damage in. Yeah, we've got him in a very desperate position. And although he's got a card advantage, a lot of his cards are just conjures and stuff like that, which are not likely to be useful. The only legendary barrel there is Zombot Cruiser. So he can't get any really good legendaries from that or anything. I mean, Zombot Battle Cruiser is an alright legendary, but it doesn't really help in his kind of deck. And this is going to be easy. We just need 2 more damage in. There's not even any risk of him blocking it. And this is 2 strike through damage right here. What I'm scared about is he's probably not going to try and block these, because he wants to charge his block meter. What is he doing? Is that all he could do? Or is he that scared of the the ketchup mechanic? Yeah, he's probably going to block now. But he doesn't have any power. He's already used Super. He's already used Greystone. He doesn't have any power. Deadly doesn't help. In fact, it doesn't even do anything because of this. It just draws him a card. Strike through for the win. And even if that didn't win, we had a Heart Choke in hand. So yeah, this is now a viable deck for me. And that was against a Greystone deck too, bearing in mind that that's Solar Flare's weakness. Anyway, I'm going to try end this video here, but I'm going to start recording another one right now to try and have a look at the other heroes, see if I got much better with them. Rose has been another target by the looks of things. That might be a really good one for me now. And yeah, I'm going to be saving up. As you can see, I've got a whole lot of gems. I spent the remaining £5 on a gem boost, and because there's another 3 days before the Beta Caratina packs go out, and that might be my last chance, I'm going to try and save up for a Beta Caratina multi-pack. Then, well, I can at least say I tried. If I don't get it in that multi-pack, that'll be 63 packs without Beta Caratina. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here, and I'm going to start one on maybe Walnut or Rose. See